Hello, Evan Rand here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Chippewa County, and today we got another a piece of equipment demo here. It's some sort of questionable looking red piece of equipment, not entirely sure what it is. It's also pulling some sort of red tillage equipment on the back here as well. Definitely looks like something we should have left in the shed, but hey, they said we could use it. We'll give it a try here, right? I'm sure it'll probably break down in the first pass, so let's get this folded out here. We're going to be working on the field we started on here last episode, everyone. Still have the slurry spreader going on. I think he's actually still finishing up the headland yet. My goodness, does it take a while to get around the headland here, Evan. Wow. Also got the John Deere 6000 slurry spreader going on here as well. I think he's on the second headland, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to say that's probably the second headland here, so I could probably just about barely start on this field here as far as cultivating, but at least like to get going here with what we can. So yes, we're working on replanting this field here in double crop soybeans. I've got to, that's the wrong direction. Let's go forward here. There we go. Yes, got slurry and fertilizer, liquid fertilizer going on the field here, so that should give us our double application of fertilizer. I suppose I should probably actually double check that in the menu here, but it should be working. Never know though. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. We got our double application. Oh, that's right. We got 4 headlands on this field, everyone. That's why it's taking so long. I was like, wait a minute. Wow, why does it seem like it's taking so long here? That's right. It's 4 headlands. He's on his last headland though. He'll be starting to go. Well, not necessarily up and down the field here yet, because it kind of has a slanting, angled direction of the way Courseway set this field up, but that should work. Anyway, well, we got a case. What is this here? This is a case Magnum 280. Case Magnum 280 here, and this is the Coon Cross. Was it a 5635 cultivator here? Coon Cross 5635 cultivator. Not entirely sure, but before anyone even asks, where do you get these from? I don't know. I don't recall where the Coon Cross or the tractor came from here. I mean, who'd want the tractor? I mean, it's red. You just leave them in the shed. Leave them at the dealership, right? Apparently, everyone, they must have heard we had money and thought we needed to start testing out some questionable equipment here. So they're sending us stuff down to check out. Yeah, the cultivator, we could probably pull this behind it. We got a nice nice green tractor. Yeah, so we got a nice green tractor that pull this. Ooh, and wouldn't that look good behind a 8RX? Yeah, so who's following the John Deere tractor news, huh? The new John Deere 8R series of tractors. Got the 8R, 8RT, and the 8RX. I believe all of them are new, if I remember correctly. Particularly the 8RX. That is definitely a very unique looking. Factory quad track, non-articulated type tractor. So yes, definitely very cool looking. Yeah, it's definitely going to take a while to cultivate this field here yet, isn't it? Not entirely sure how wide this cultivator is. I'm going to guess probably somewhere around the 15 meter department, give or take a little bit. And let's see, a Case Magnum 280, that's probably, I don't know, is that 280 horsepower? It's probably got just a little bit more than that, 280. This is probably like 300 or 320 or something. I didn't look at it what it was in the shop here when I got it, so I'm not sure. Again, everyone, this is just a lease, so we'll be definitely returning the red equipment when we're done. I mean, who'd want to keep it, right? Oh boy, here we go with the red jokes again. Should be a good episode, huh? Making fun of Klaus here a couple episodes ago. Now we can make fun of Case. What we need is a nice roller. Oh, you know what? This actually does have a hitch on the back, doesn't it? I just noticed this, everyone. It does have a hitch on the back. I don't know if we actually have an appropriately sized roller, harrow of some sorts, rolling basket that would go on the back of this. Oh, let's see what's here. What do we got? Just out of curiosity. Oh, we got a John Deere that might look a bit interesting. I don't think that's actually big enough for this particular cultivator either. Nope, doesn't look unless we got something under one of the other categories here. Oh, we do have a large case tan. I think that's actually considered a plow. Yeah, it can be used in... Oh, it's actually considered a subsoiler. Okay. Considered a subsoiler, can be used instead of a plow. That's interesting. Cultivator, that can be used. Don't know if that's actually a cultivator. I thought that one actually count. Maybe that one is actually a cultivator. Could be. So many mod authors that don't differentiate their cultivator, plows, subsoilers. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, back to work. Back to work. Sun's starting to go down here, so we better get this field rolling. And this is what we'll probably be doing for the entire episode here, most likely, in case you're wondering. Unless Courseplay gets stuck crosswise. Well, we'll have to probably fill up the slurry spreader here a couple of times. I actually filled him up just before we started recording. So he should be able to go for a while here before needing to be unloaded, or need to be filled. Oh, yes, John Deere 8020 is starting to go up and down the field here now. Hopefully that won't get in the way of the John Deere sprayer there. We got the John Deere 6000 going with liquid fertilizer. I did go ahead and grab our second John Deere 6000 sprayer here. So I had two of them running there for a bit. The other one is finished on the small backfield there, so that field is already done. We just need to get some slurry on that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's... look, here's a sprayer here. You're not going to have a good time with the 8020. The 8020 is going to throw you around. You just stay out of its way. Okay, starting back up again. Better double check, make sure he actually does start back up again, because that sprayer seems to have a habit of not doing so sometimes. Actually only going 6 or 7 miles per hour here. Or nope, now we're up to 8. Not actually sure how fast this cultivator can go here. We might actually need a bigger horsepower tractor here for this. It was a 350 horsepower on the cultivator, so we might be, like I said, a little low on the horsepower. I mean, it is a case after all. What do you expect? And just a reminder here, too, by the way, for anyone that would like to join us on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, again, you're welcome to do so, everyone. That information down below in the description there. Again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. A microphone is not required, by the way. And if you don't have TeamSpeak, download link is down below in the description there as well. Okay, I pushed the button. Why did it not lower? It's probably the case hydraulics. They probably don't work, right? That comes standard, right? Oh boy, like I said, I'm going to get in so much trouble in the comments here for case jokes. It's going to be good. Oh, and we're burning 90 liters an hour of fuel. Wow. Like a lot of fuel. Of course, I'm not sure what that is in gallons, everyone. So let's just say 90 liters an hour. That just seems like a lot of fuel. What's this hold for fuel? Holds 617 liters? And I'm not sure what the number above it is. 98.7. Now we're almost burning 100 liters of fuel an hour. Wow. It's interesting, everyone, how Farming Simulator actually calculates like fuel usage and stuff like that. I believe it's actually based on how fast you're going, not necessarily maybe how hard the tractor is actually working. You know, like it would be in real life. You know, maybe in real life the tractor might be working really hard. You're not even going that fast, and you're burning a lot of fuel. Whereas maybe other times in the game too, maybe you're going really fast and not burning a lot of fuel going down the road. Oh, not necessarily burning a whole lot of fuel going down the road usually. Not compared to doing field work. But yeah, in the game here, everyone, I'm pretty sure I think it's mostly related to how fast you're going. So, like going downhill there, everyone, it's burning more fuel going downhill at a faster speed than it is going uphill at a slower speed. Doesn't seem quite right, does it? At least I'm pretty sure those are the numbers in the corner there. Pretty sure those are the fuel usage rates. I'm assuming that's what that is. Let's see, cultivator and tractor are already 0.7% on the repair here. Yeah, typical red equipment, they break down quick, right? Anyway, we'll read a few comments here in a moment. Kind of started reading them there last episode and kind of ran out of time. So we'll see if we can squeeze in a few more here this episode. So let's see what's here. Oh, by the way here, I'll just, actually, I read this comment here last episode, but I'll read it here again. Joe here, for those of you who are asking about the Millennial Farmer grain cart that I have here, the J&M 1432X, Joe was saying you can find that on the Farming Simulator Anarchy page there on Facebook. So, again, Facebook, Farming Simulator Anarchy page. I'd like to say, everyone, again, that's the questionable Facebook page, but don't quote me on that one, so... Anyway, back to the rest of the comments here. Jim was saying, great video. Old Iron Addicts has the John Deere and New Holland mixers up at one time. Had it up at one time. But the post has expired. These mixers are PC only. Yeah, of course they are PC only. Like a lot of the mods you find on Facebook. Yeah, all the mods you find on Facebook, everyone are pretty much PC only. He says, I found another link for them on Central Old School's modding Facebook page. Here's a link for the John Deere and New Holland mixers. So yes, if you folks go back to, let's see, that was episode 59. That's when we were demoing the Colossus harvester there, by the way. You can find the link for that. Just look for Jim's comment there. And if I remember, everyone, I'll try to throw that in my mod list here as well, but don't count on me remembering to do that. I'll try to remember to. Not saying I will, but... JDT STS was saying, great video. Thank you very much for that. And he was saying, and you can shut off the autosave. Oop. Ran into the truck there. Thought we could clear that. Not quite. There we go. Anyway, back to the comments here again. Let's see what's here. He says you can turn off the autosave in the settings. And rarity of Courseplay working right is legendary. Yes, it is. Yeah, seeing Courseplay working right. Although Courseplay is actually doing a pretty good job. Well, I think it's doing a pretty good job. Why is the sprayer looking like it's doing derpy things there? That's looking a little derpy there, Courseplay. What exactly do we got going on? You shouldn't just be like sitting there doing weird reversing circle turns. Like he's like trying to do the circle reverse and a dancing reverse derpy. What are you doing, Courseplay? Oh my goodness. Come on, Courseplay, really? Oh, he's at least out of our way. We can keep going. Anyway, to answer the autosave question there, though, as well. Oh, yes, autosave. That doesn't actually work. Autosave actually is, if you look here, everyone, is turned off. And if I ever get my hands on the mod that is causing that, it might be the map's fault. Though I don't think it is, everyone, because this was on initially, and I wasn't having problems with it. Now we are suddenly having problems. So it might be the map's fault. But if it is another mod's fault, I'm not going to be very happy with whatever mod, or map for that matter, that is causing the autosave to be turned off. Let's see. I forget who it was in the comments here again. Who was it here again? Anyway, whoever in the comments said they had done some testing, they were pretty sure it was the map. And that, like I said, everyone, that might very well be. And that goes for all the rest of the the options in here as well, everyone. Again, they're like almost all off. And I didn't turn them off. I typically play with all those settings on. This time we are playing with it off, just because something turned them off. And I'm not sure if turning them back on works. Actually, if you turn the autosave back on, everyone, it just turns it back off for you. Real nice. Real nice. Let's see. Anthony was saying, bought the Class DLC. What a waste of time and money. Wow. The graphics are better and the loaders are great, but I play on PlayStation with no mods. I have 2 John Deere S790 combines. They outdo the Claas. Well, of course, John Deere always outdoes the Claas. What do you expect? Claas versus John Deere? You know, that's baby puke green versus, you know, beautiful shade of green. Come on now, really? Okay, couldn't resist, everyone. Couldn't resist. He says, I have made $9.5 million on my own in the game with no cheats or mods. I farm in southern Michigan in real life and all green machines, so I favor them. We run a John Deere 8370 RT and a 9560 RT. I like the dual track machines, eh? Nice. And in, let's see, where, southern Michigan. Southern Michigan. I'm curious what Anthony considers southern Michigan, because I guess you could argue I am in southern Michigan as well. I mean, 2 miles north of the border. Indiana, Ohio, Illinois border, depending on what side of the state you're on. Let's see what's here. Jake was saying them can't load resource errors for the store DDS file aren't hard to fix. Just the file path in the XML is not set right, not hard to change. Very much true. Very, very true. Which begs the question there, Jake. How did the mod author screw that up then? Because, I mean, really? Like Jake said, everyone, that is super easy to fix. Any beginner modder should be able to fix that one. And what it comes down to, everyone, well, actually, obviously, everyone looking at the log, right? But you don't even have to look at the log to know something's wrong there, because the image doesn't even show up in the store. So you know right away you have a problem. And then, of course, if you were to open the log, you then realize, oh, yeah, it can't find the store image file, which either means it's not there or it's not referenced correctly in the XML file. Again, very easy fix. And yeah, good point, everyone. Yes, I could fix that very easily, assuming it's there. But if I can fix it easily, everyone, that means, again, the mod author that released it should have been able to fix it easily. I get some of the errors, you know, that might not be quite so easy to fix. Like the white tractor, for example, everyone. It took me quite a while there to finally figure out what was causing that mod to crash the game. You know, once we figured it out, yeah, took care of it pretty quick. But, you know, errors like that, obviously, those are hard to find because you don't know what's causing them. Error that's in the log. Okay, you know, store DDS cannot be found. That's easy to fix. Go to the XML, make sure your location is right, and make sure it's there, you know, blah, 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 whatever's actually wrong. Oh, we need to go fix, fill the John Deere 8020 here a minute. Ooh, we might be getting low on slurry here, but I did go grab 100,000 liters out of the cows there. We got enough here to fill the tank, and that, oh boy, we might not have enough slurry. Boy, that'll be close. Again, a reminder, by the way, everyone, for those of you who like to watch my experience at modding. Well, no, experience, not experiences in the sense that I have experience, everyone, but my experience of modding. Check me out on the RDAllen Twitch channel there. Again, RDAllen on Twitch. You can watch the live streams there. Again, everyone, typically, at least on Wednesdays, I've been doing modding live streams. Also, everyone, if I have time, Mondays and Saturday nights as well. Those typically are not nights I live stream. But, everyone, if I have time, we've been doing some modding those nights as well. So, again, if I have time, Monday and Saturday night. Also, probably guaranteed Wednesday night or Thursday night, depending on which night. You know, maybe one or the other nights there. Try to get at least Wednesday night usually for the modding. So again, everyone, if you want to check that out, RDAllen on Twitch there. You can also, of course, watch the live streams on the multiplayer servers there as well. And I just realized I actually need to go, let's see what's here. We need to sneak in through, yeah, a little bit tricky getting in here. I think we're just going to go across the ditch. That's probably the easiest way. Plan in the future, maybe I'll smooth this ditch out so we can actually do this. Uh-oh, stuck? Really? Oh, there we go. Trying to get in here without bumping anything if we can help it. Especially don't want to bump that auger there. If we bump the mixer, that's not too big of a deal. Okay, we got 25,000 gallons left. 25,000 gallons left. That's probably going to about fill this truck here. And that's going to be it. So, are we going to have enough slurry? Oh boy, everyone, it is going to be close. We might. There's not a whole lot left here on the field. Go back to cultivating here. I guess no sense waiting there for it to fill up. Oh, of course, tractor shuts off. Gotta love manual ignition, everyone. Tractor shuts off on you. Yep, Giants. Yep, real nice, real nice. Anyway, back to the comments here again. John was saying a nice class. Thanks for the videos. Well, thank you very much there, John. And nice class? Oh, come on now. Sense Win is a nice class. Again, remember that particular class combine I was using. That is the same model combine that is in the class DLC there, the class 8900. To my understanding from the sounds of it, it sounds like the one in the DLC is much better looking. But again, I just don't really use class equipment that much, so I don't know. Not sure. And typically as well, when we don't usually use DLCs on the multiplayer server either. Again, DLCs require additional paid content for the game. And seeing as how some people don't have the DLCs, that's why we don't necessarily always run DLCs on the server. We have in the past run some DLCs occasionally, but at least for Farming Sim 19, everyone, I don't think we've run any DLCs here yet. I mean, there's the Anderson, the John Deere round baler one, which, you know, again, if we wanted a John Deere round cotton bale, by the way, we'd probably throw the modded version on rather than the DLC, because then, again, if someone doesn't have the John Deere cotton DLC, they can still join. Just download the mod of it, which is free. And I do have the John Deere cotton DLC. As of this date, I still have not used that yet. I'd like to find a map. I guess we could do cotton on this map too, right? There's nothing stopping us. It just doesn't feel like the right map for it. I'd like to kind of find the right feeling map so we can do a little cotton on it and actually use that. Let's see what Mr. Nolan was saying. Storage radius controls the distance away that the additional storage is allowed from a loading station. It is usually 20 meters by Giants. So look for the loading station name line. In that line, storage radius 20 generally. Okay. Thank you there, Nolan. Yeah, I was kind of asking about that here. Oh, I think it was actually the episode before. You know, so what kind of distance can you place the additional storage? According to Nolan here, he says by default, sounds like for Giants it is 20 meters, which actually is not that far, everyone. You think about it, 20 meters, that's probably the distance from the front of this tractor to the rear of this cultivator here. It's probably not much, well, might be a little further than that. Yeah, that's probably actually pretty close, It might be 15 meters here, front to back with this tractor, so additional 5, still not a whole lot more. Which, by the way, everyone, is one of the reasons I sold the bigger bin and I put a smaller bin down there instead. Because, again, everyone, I can get a couple of smaller bins right there. Whereas another bigger bin, I might not have been able to get another big bin close enough and still look reasonably okay. Not like clipping through a fence or stuck inside of another building. So that's why I went the route I did there with the 3 smaller ones. Jeffrey was saying 220 bushels an acre with barley. I would assume it's the same as wheat, but I could be wrong. If you're getting that, I would sell the farm and move to a retirement community. In this area, you'll be satisfied with 90 And Welkers are happy with 35 to 40 bushels per acre. Of course, that's talking wheat numbers, not barley, but again, I'm not familiar with barley, so I have no idea. I'm just, I would assume with Jeffrey there as well that wheat, barley, they're probably about the same yields. Like I said, I'm not sure on that, but wheat and barley, very similar. You know, for that matter, wheat, barley, rye, even spelt, triticale. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of like different wheat type crops. Obviously, I got all different names, all slightly different, but yes, 220 bushels of wheat. Well, on that, yeah, the GMOs haven't quite reached that level yet, shall we say. Not quite there yet on that. Now, of course, 220 bushels an acre corn. Yeah, that's probably average now. Of course, I guess it depends on what part of the country you're in, maybe, but you know, typically nowadays, unless you're on like a really bad field, if you're getting less than 200 bushels of corn, you know, it's probably not a good year, right? What should actually be interested to see this year, when how the corn yields turn out. I know at least in large parts of the country, it's been really wet. No exception here in Michigan either. It's been a really, really wet year. Again, several fields that did not even get planted this spring due to how wet it was. And then, of course, I'm sure farmers are having lots of fun harvesting said crops here this year as well now, because at least here in Michigan, everyone, it's been raining a lot. And now it's even been snowing too yet. So, although none of the snow's been sticking yet. So that's good. You know, we don't have actually snow on the ground, though that might be coming here tonight. We'll see once. Anthony, this is a different Anthony, by the way. I was saying, awesome video. Keep it up. Thank you very much for that. Jake was asking, how do you get the notifications of what vehicles are operating on the top left of your screen? Videos are always great and enjoyable. Hey, thank you very much for that. Top left of the screen, that is, let's see, I'm using the Glance mod. Yes, that is the Glance mod. There's also the Inspector mod. The Inspector mod, though, let's see, is this part fertilized? Double check this here. Looks like it is. Yeah, it should be good. I just don't want to start cultivating some of the sections here that's not fertilized yet. Pretty sure with the liquid fertilizer, I'm going to have to cultivate that under. Otherwise, I will not get the benefit when the planter goes over it. Speaking of planter, I could probably almost get the planter going here at this point. It's almost time to wrap it up for the episode, too, isn't it? Yeah, we'll maybe save that for next episode. Which, yeah, I probably definitely should sleep through the night here then at this point. I was actually planning on sleeping through the night here. Was it last episode or episode before? But it's like, that's still light out. We'll just, we'll keep going here, I guess. You know, 1900, well, actually almost 2000 hours here. Sun is still shining pretty bright. It's getting a little low in the sky, I guess. Oh, that's actually not really that low. Feels actually darker on here than what looks like the sun's position indicates, but anyway, back to Jake's comment there again, too, like I said, Glance mod, or you can also use the Inspector mod as well. We use the Inspector mod on the multiplayer server. I've just found it seems like the Inspector mod works better on the multiplayer just because of the data it shows. Glance on multiplayer tends to show everyone's equipment. Inspector only shows yours. And at least for myself, I kind of like to just see my equipment on the multiplayer server. I don't need to see everyone else's. You know, if Brady's tractor's stuck in the ditch again, I don't need to see that on my Inspector. No offense, Brady. Jay was saying first comment. Wow. Wow. You want me to clap for that? Yay. Oh my goodness, who's doing the cultivating job there? They missed some. Terrible. Terrible. Let's blame it on the case tractor. Definitely the case's fault. Definitely not the driver's fault. Anyway, everyone, looking at the time here, and before I make any more bad case jokes, we better wrap up this episode here. Again, as a reminder, everyone, what is my second favorite tractor brand? Before I get too many comments here. So again, everyone, on that note, we're going to wrap this episode up. Again, everyone, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Don't forget you can join us on the multiplayer servers as well. And again, everyone, thanks for watching, and until next time.